Hello, hello. Is it clear? Everyone can hear?
Yes, can you?
Okay. So, nice. Well, turn on this slide and then wait for anyone else to join. Then you let me know when I can start lah.
All right, maybe we can start in about 3 minutes. We're also live on TikTok starting soon. So we will start the class in 2 minutes right now, 9:13, starting at 9:15. All right. So today's class is about what hiring manager really look for. If you have any question, you can just ask away in the chat box. You can just type in, or you can unmute yourself also and ask the question directly. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So right now it's 9:15. Yeah, we can start the class right now.
Okay. Yep. Thanks, Sue. So, I will start the presentations for this class. So, today title is Are you really ready? So that as in the hiring manager know that whether you are ready or not. So this is very subjective. Means whoever try to interview you, so you will give them a feeling that you're already ready, right? Instead of like try to tell them your experience or previous company you works, all that, right? So basically today I will more on skill set so that you can show people with your skill set. All right, so it's very quick forward. I think I skip an intro, right? So Hunter, so full stack developer. And then today I will teach and share my experience on how we can have a skill set so that we are knowing when we go to an interview or when we are first day or even try to join a new company, whether we are ready or not, right? So this the focus title we having. And then another thing is like nowadays a lot of interviewer like their CTO or their hiring manager, their HR or their IT background person, right? So basically they will give you some assignment or they give you some tests, basically like that. But a lot of time people will just ChatGPT them or Google or even use some software to do that. So it's very hard to define or justify whether someone that actually have the skill set to do the role that actually they're looking for. That's why I think on certain positions, they doesn't really go to very deep, like how its algorithm works, as all the very deep dive, all the information you must know. But mostly they will try to ask you a few questions. Let's say you have a certain experience, as in last time you are working on React, or you're working on Angular, or you're working on PHP or WordPress, right? When they ask a few questions, basically they will really know whether you have that kind of experience or not, right? That's why now I will just show you a few things to very direct to show that whether someone actually have that skill or not. Just with a few example of demo, right? So the first two slides basically is not really showing anything. So this is very straightforward. We have come to a demo, and hopefully anyone that join my class, you can have your PC or laptop ready so that you can learn the skill exactly the moments that we are having these presentations. Instead of like after my class, then you will like, okay, maybe you still remember the things, but it doesn't really know how it works and how it's useful to your works or experience, right? So it's not many people today, but hopefully anyone can try to join me with this very simple demo. So this is a first demo. This is the demo already, right? So the first thing I would like to is like anyone can give me this thing. This thing is means like you have a title, you have something like a search bar, and then you have like two buttons, and then you will be very looks like very familiar because this is how we have Google. Yeah, this is the Outlook. So basically, when I just try to crop this particular parts, right, then it's actually same to these things. So this is the first demo and first things that we want to do, like how we provide this interface, and then yeah. So my first request is that anyone want to try to give me this interface. So in the group, anyone want to try? So you can type in your the chat here, so I know anyone want to try to have this mini challenge, or to learn things. So that I need to be more specified on this is that the whoever share your screen and do on this, then I will just guide you through. So you don't need to worry about I know nothing about what level programming, or not know nothing about tech, because you are here because you want to learn, and then you want to show that the hiring manager, you have confidence to show them um maybe now I doesn't know this skill set, but because of us very short sections, let's say certain people they are go to boot camps, usually it's 3 months, 6 months, and then certain people they have degree, they go to degree like 3 years, 4 years. So you cannot really compete with those time unless you contribute, like you really have those study times, like your college, you take classes, you take boot camp, you take a lot of time to study. So what I try to teach in this class is that how you can compress all the things that just to pass the job actually you're looking for. Instead of like I learned everything in the IT, and then you come up from the school or come up from the boot camp, then start to apply for the job. But maybe the skill set is not relevant. Maybe you learn Python, you learn PHP, you learn JavaScript, but in the end, they were looking for someone on .NET. They're looking for someone on C++, or Golang. That's why my class is very focused on how people can break into this industrial, instead of like you need to have very many years of study in college, degree or certificate, all that, or even boot camp, all that, right? Right. I think not really a lot of people want to try this one. This one is actually very simple. So by starting, when anyone see that I want to have a interface on this website, basically it's not very hard to do because it's here already, right? So some people might think, why don't I have AI to do it for me, right? I think the most famous people can use bot, or okay, bot AI, or you can use V0 or even Lovable, right? So basically, use all those things. Basically, you can get the interface, the website you want. But the things I teach you is not about the how you use AI to do the job for you. The things I teach you is that you must have your own skill set to understand how to do the things. Of course, it's not a traditional how to do a website, right? Like how to type all the code, all that. Basically, what I try to teach you is that on this particular interface, let's say this is one of your company website, and then I want to change this interface to this one. So we have hello world here. Let's change that. Then I'll just select here. Wait, okay, when I select here, I see all this one. So basically I can take it out. Then I can see is the Google logo is gone, right? Then I need to make it become the hello world. So from the first thing you see something appear and disappear, and then this is how browser and website works lah, right? So the more we dive in, the more you will learn about it. I need to refresh because I yeah, mess it up a bit here. So this SVG, so I can change the span. Then I can wait, can just take all this out. So the path is no longer needed there, but it doesn't really break my things. So from span here, yep, edit. Okay, so I can just type very simple and then take away the prop. Okay, take away my things. Wait, okay, let's see the span of basically I can change it to P lah. Okay, then here, oh, still doesn't, right? I cannot press the middle one. I think I will just refresh again. So I can just change it directly in HTML. I did something stuck there. It's my connection or what? Okay, the browser dead already. Okay, I try to write my browser again. But it doesn't respond. Okay. So select this one again. Because it's SVG, so basically it's from here. So I edit, then I can see the SVG is from here, so I can just remove the holdings of the SVG. Then I can put okay, so the first thing wait, okay, start. So the first thing is hello world. So now I got hello world here. So the second thing is Google ChatGPT 5. So I just go to here. Okay, I need to check any comments. Okay, not yet. So the second is Google search. So from Google search, we have to change it to Google ChatGPT 5, right? And let's look at the wording. Is the input? Let's see where's that. This center, this first and second. So okay, I can see that already. The value I change it to ChatGPT 5. Okay. Then feeling super lucky. So I change this to oops. feeling super. I'm feeling super lucky. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, yep. This is how we have this Google page, and you can see this google.com, and we modified this to the style or the design actually we want. So what actually this learn has a skill. This is one of the very quick forward to be anyone has in a CSS developer or front end developer or a designer that actually I just want to check about certain thing I want to change. Let's say because you can see certain bar that are short or long. That's why you can just straight away to change here instead of like you ask the developer to change the things. And then finally on you can get the design to know whether is it a fit into the design that you want or not. Let's say because this is hello world, but when you see it's not very matched to the styling or the design. That's why from this very short, very quick way to do all this changing and basically can change all these things. So these are just a warm up things up, right? To let you know basically from our browser basically you can change a lot of things and we can start to play around with it instead of like everyone think that everything in the browser or in the website you cannot change the things and then like I cannot test out the design. Okay, so this is the first demo and show that it's possible to change other people's website or design between within this particular browser. I don't think it's all browser lah, but mostly most of browser can support this one in the in spec, right? So yeah, that's one of the things. So hopefully everyone learn this one because this one is very useful. So I will go to the next one, but before I go to the next one, I need to know anyone have any question? Did I go too quick, too fast, or any question you want to follow up so I can follow up with the questions? Okay, good. So I'll go to the next one. So yeah, so we have the previous skills that we learned already, and then now this example one. So we see this one is a normal PayPal page, right? So you can see this normal PayPal page. Then from example one to example two, so the main difference is that you can see the styling is different. So I just open it to be bigger so everyone can see. So this the original style of a PayPal page. Once we can change to this particular styling. Like you can see the blue color is gone, or this particular color is gone, all that. So you can see that's how we can start to change design, even color and other things. All right. So this is a second example. So anyone want to try this one? No, still. Okay. So I will just do this one. And anyone have more interest on learning this skill set, so can let me know so I can walk you through. So get you know what actually you are doing and then you know how it do instead of like looking at me to do it. Then after the section maybe you cannot really remember, or the more hands-on the more you can learn. So this the example I have, I open on my account. So let's say it's PayPal, so I just log into my PayPal. All right, so um this is a PayPal account. So any website is not the main point. The main point is that how we can inspect and then start to modify the design. That's the main things I want to do lah, right? So the first thing basically we can do a very simple changes is that here we have a PayPal balance. So I, let me see, it's too small. All right, so I will look at this one. Yep. So basically I can give myself a certain amount of saving. So people will think that I have this saving in my account. Basically, is how we try to test out. Is it well? It go out of the box. Let's say if I have something like this. Yep. then you can see it's all of the design. So this is how, as in front-end developer, you have to aware that whether your design can be handled up to how many decimal and how many um, character in that, right? And this is one of the quick way we can inspect certain thing and we can check certain things. So of course, you can see from the demo I have in my presentation, actually it's not my real money. It's everything can just put there to show people like how cool is it. So that yeah, most of the YouTuber they show you their account, how much money they have. It cannot be real unless they really show you something. But that one is not my topic to say today. My topic is like how we can have this skill set, has in one of the skill set to be a front end developer, so that you can also suggest to certain, let's say the company that you want to work, and they have their website, right? So you think let's say this red color is not very nice, and you want to change it to oops, change it to green, and then you can start to play around with this website. Let's say you can redesign all these things and you show to the company, I can really working on your project and your website, instead of like every time I look at someone website. Let's say I want to work on Apple, right? This Apple, right? So yep, let me go to their yeah, I think this page is good enough, right? So let's say I want to work in Apple, but if I clone the whole things, basically I have it's not very hard to clone the whole things lah, right? I have an even faster way to do it. It's like let's say SK, right? Mm, I have to look for color, and then I can look for SK. Okay, let's say I look for this particular color, and then I think it will be a nicer color if it is a purple or violet color, right? Or bit, yeah, like a design. So from here, you can see this still the same page, but the design is instantly become very different and the styling is very different. So this is not something like a skill set everyone must know, but it's an advantage if you know. As in a front end developer, you don't have to like every time you have to like let me go into my yeah, let me go into my VS Code, and then let me change around my styling and change my whatever styling all here and there, and then only like let's go back to the website and look at it, and the things start to change. Yeah, so the things start to change. I think my last class have been shown, so that one is another things. Today we want to focus on without IDE or without coding, we can straight away to change certain thing on the screen, right? Let's say this one is iPhone. I want to put it like iPhone 17. Then I can see it here, right? Then even you can change color, and you can also look at those icon. And one of the things is that let's say this one look at it is basically it's a video, right? And then all this one look at this looks like photo. So basically, when we just like to open it to another page, then you can see this is a photo, and then you can see the wording is basically on top of it. But it also can be clicked, right? So if we inspect it, then we can see how it the front end designer of Apple they designed this particular card lah. So I look at this card, then I can see they spread the wording and the image. This button is if okay, then you can open even more and more. Then you can see this is one of the text and this one of the text. And then this is the image. That's why they have this image as in the background. Then they doesn't want to put the wording on the top, and then they just change the wording. Let's say now have chips and battery life. So you can see chips and better battery life, right? So that's you can change very quick and fast and see is it because sometimes you can see, let's say this is a guy and the text is on top of it. That's why you can see Apple try to put all the text on the top. And every time of the graphic designer, they try to design things is below certain level. That's why you wouldn't block it, right? And then another thing is they have a color like this one is black, this one is white. So when the background it doesn't um overtake each other with the color, so you can kind of read the text. But from what you try to point here, basically you cannot select the text. That's why you thought that it's like the whole image you put it there. But the reason is because let's say now Apple think that this one is um a product and produced from graphic designer. And then the text I can put anything on the, let's say, the marketing teams and the business team, they want to put something on there, right? Instead of like I have to produce one graphic and then I have a text there and then I cannot change the text because when you change the text in the image, actually it's very hard to do it, right? And then there's also consume their um, graphic designer time and usage. So from this one, yeah. So you can see based on the origin, based on the original website, is whole of the website is white, but because of one slightly changes, it bring a bit like a brighter and a bit like coloring to the design. So of course I can change even more, right? Let's say the button is blue. I think based on my creativity, so I can change it to another color, right? Let's see. Um, because they're using too many classes, so I have to put a guess on what is the class they use. So I put it on green, not too much, not too less, right? So maybe I think this is good already, right? So I can close it. So let's compare this one and this one. So they have a blue button, I have a green button, right? So yeah, that's instantly you can change some certain things on the live website instead of like every time you have to go to the code and look around and then you have to deploy and then you test here and there. Then after you do all of that and your PM or marketing teams or your business team think is not good or the graphic designer thing is not good, right? Then you have to like yeah, let me change that in my code again instead of like yeah, I can play around in the page, then you can do a lot of changes, and then you can even test about let's say this text. If this text is too long, well, it like um go to another site or what it will happen, right? So let's do that. Try. It use a lot of lists. So let's say I will just copy and paste and paste and paste. Yeah. So that's the outcome. So how many things you can put on each of the icon. If not, then you are out of order already. You can see of this line of them is of alignments already. That's why then this is not something that you should do because it will break the alignments of the design. And then it's like each of them is 3 column or 4 column or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that carousel. So that's one of the problem. That actually they are not like a straightforward line. Instead of like they stack everything and then this line they try to put something like a graphic or something, I guess. So most of the thing get from inspect here. Basically, you can see all of the styling and then all the design things, and not even them, but you also easy to find how certain design they do it. Instead of like you try to ask, let's say those AI to do you the design, but when you in your patients you start to work on this one and the design team they give you a Figma all that then you're like yeah, how do I actually do certain things, right? But you cannot keep on rely on AI. You still need to have your own skill set to at least debug to know certain things. Actually you must have your own set or your own skill set so you can do certain things and certain things cannot be done in that way, right? All right, so let's see. Okay, so I'll be confirm. Any question? Yeah. So okay, That's the example 1 and example 2. From this one, from the start, we do the Google one. It's very simple. So just to show you, actually, it work on any website. As long as it's a website that have a design or you want to play around with the website, then you can straight away to, you know, have your creativity to try to change certain things, and then you start to work around. Nothing is like you know how about those millions or billions company, how their website works, right? Because everything's written here. That's why from this inspect element, actually can learn a lot from how they design. But actually this is one of the skills I had as well lah, because sometimes like just now I try to do this one. I say I try to do this one as in the first demo. That's a reason, because just now when I try to select this one and I try to put a Google or put something there, actually it's not working. That's why it's not very simple to just want to add something, then then it looks like very complicated to change something. Actually it's not lah, until you know what is each of the tag and what actually the things that you edit or you delete or you remove or you add actually mean something, right? Because maybe some of you doesn't know what's SVG, style, EIV, div, right? And then yeah, if you doesn't know all this one, then you unable to do all this. This is considered one of the basic things for front-end developer, right? So as a front-end developer, not only I knowing my how to do my code here, because when I do my code here, I can just yeah ask the AI to do it. But in the end, you doesn't really know what is li, ul, and then hash tree, div, all that. Actually, it doesn't know this one. So this is one of the things that actually most of us have to be know. Even doesn't know the full name, but you know what is actually it does and how it to produce in the website. So it's considered one of the basic we have to know. Even let's say I'm not a front-end developer, but I still have to learn all this one. Just to be, let's say this is my Apple website, right? So they say now have a problem. We missing the iPhone 16 here. So how we go and add it, right? So I add it here. So like, okay, so designer see it and thinks, yeah, this is a good design, right? Instead of like iPhone 16 Pro, 16, all that, right? So how you add another one here and there. It's all about you have to know. Actually, this one is considered what is it a navigation bar? Is it a carousel or is it just an icon? Or is it a button, right? So when we point into it, then you can see actually it's a list, right? When you see it's a list, then basically it should be a carousel, lah, right? That's why mostly when we look at a website, we not only look at their okay look at the original one. We look at the website, we not only look at let's say how nice this website is and how many like text, video, image, and then image and then button and text, all that. But we're also looking at like okay, so this one can scroll left to right. So is it considered carousel or consider something else, right? Because it can be scroll. And then this is a button. And then when this one is considered button or is considered link, right? So this button or link. So this is most of the skill set is very naturally to any front-end developer when they look at it like um 1, 2, 3, 4. This we have 4 icon, then we have a last on this particular icon. That's why you can see why they have to put these particular things to say they doesn't have certain things in the spec. It's because if they take out this one, then the whole alignments will out of alignments. And then that's why when they have an icon, they cannot just skip the icon like this thing put up here and then this thing put up here, then the whole alignments will gone. But in the design point of view, they will think about this processor, this their intelligence of AI build, and then this camera control. Like you think it's very aligned, but in the front end developer, they will think like if you take out these two things, this one will go up, then you will mess up the whole design. So it's really how you your point of view about you're a front-end developer, you know what actually the things will break your design. Instead of like the designer give you a Figma, give you an image, or give you inspiration on certain design, and you think like yeah, let me put it in, but it doesn't know when you put certain things on here, if the pixel is different, then you will have the alignments become different, right? So when we look at people website, we also look at how others using certain technology, because when we have a loading, let's say I do it this way. So now it's no limit. So I put it on 3G, then I'll just load again. Yep. Then you can start to see this website struggle a bit to give you the things when I close that, it will, yeah. So this is one of the way to test. You have your front end website ready, but how long it load to your user, right? Because a lot of people, a lot of time they say a lot of coverage is not always 5G, 4G, 4G plus or 3G, right? So this how it works. If someone only got 3G, they only see this particular bar, and they took a lot very very long time to see anything else. So let's say we put it on yeah, then the things start to come, right. Then we put it on 4G fast. When we load again, the things will come up faster. Yep. So when you design a front end the interface, not only looking at like I want a lot of image, a lot of nice things, a lot of animations, right? But that one will also drag down your performance of the website. That's why it's not only you knowing how I going to design a front end, but also knowing if you put this thing, it will be slow. So let's see how Apple to handle this video, right? Because video is very very heavy things, and they put it here and it looks acceptable quick. Then we should know what's the size of the video, right? So basically it's MP4, and because we cannot go into their server, so we cannot just grab their video. But from this format, we can see it's MP4 format, and then they say mediums two. So if we make it to be a mobile size, and I just do a reload, all right, so you can see this one again. So just now the medium is because it's a medium size of the screen, but now they are putting on a small. That means this is a phone screen size. That's why they have a small video. That's why they not only like give you one video, and this particular one video will serve all the screen size, right? They will have to change, automatically change to the screen size to make sure actually they serve the correct size, so that it doesn't burn the user data. So this one is large. That means I have a large screen. So the higher and the biggest video, we all know if this full HD, it will be take more time to download. Same to YouTube, all that, right? This how a billions company has in a Apple website. They handle all the details instead of like everyone just very straightforward to have. I have one video, I just scratch it to be a bigger screen and a smaller screen. But every single time that you do this one, you doesn't um serve the full purposes, because the videos when they are big, but the screen is so small, they cannot see all the particular resolutions, right? That's why this how front-end developer not only thinking about um how I can from a Figma design to put it to a front-end page, but I also consider about did the designer give me three sizes of videos, because there's mobile, there's template, there's desktop, all that. So it's same to a photo, all that, right? And then when they have photo, okay, let's see. When they have photo, right? So we can see they're using JPEG on this format. So mostly website will use WebP or PNG or that. So yeah, so the image actually have a very deep topic as well, what kind of format and then how many resolution we are using to put it on the website so that it can be load faster and slower. And it's from inspect. You also can see some of the details, right? Let's say, yeah. So from here, we can see each of the image and their loading size. Let's say this image is the welcome image. Let's see. So the welcome image. Let me find this image, right? Where this? Maybe maybe it's covered here. I'm not sure. But let's see. Okay, let's say this particular image I can see is from here, and then I can see the size is 276 KB, right? So 260 76 KB actually is not very big if you have Wi-Fi or you have very fast internet, right? But the problem is if you doesn't have that, then it will be considered very big size on the image itself. That's why we have to compress it to become a better. Let's say from JPEG. Let's say I do something like this lah. Mm, okay, so I got this image. Then I have to save it to my PC. Then I'll just open. Okay, and let's try to throw this image here. All right, then I will just download back this particular image, save it here, and then I will just okay. So can you can see this original image. Then when I press next, can I change to next one? Okay, so this is the compressed one. So if we are not very details of all things, basically we cannot really see a lot of different of it, because when every time we look at the website, basically we are from this particular view. It's like the whole view. We won't like really zoom into it, and then we try to look at the picture, and then the picture is still remain on that size, or even we try to zoom into our browser. That's why it can be compressed on the image, right? Yeah, here. So as in a front-end developer, we not only look at a certain things and think like, okay, this image is provided by designer team or provided by your trusted party or your colleague or your team, then you think it's good and just throw it to your website. But actually you can just compress it, and then you can save let's see the sizes. So the size is from 275 KB become 123 KB, and then it's half of the time you will load on this image. So all this topic actually you can look at a testing here we call Lighthouse, and then if you look at Lighthouse related topic, you will learn about all these particular performance things lah, right? So before I go further, I'll look at any more questions. Anyone have any questions, or if I go too far away, too fast, or something everyone want to try to ask? Okay. Um. All right. So there's no question yet. So I go to the next one. Okay, so this one I have to, oops, so I have to, okay. So now we are going to the next topic. So just now all the topic is about how we can use inspect and then use the browser to change the design, and then we can instantly see everything change and everything in align whether the design is good or not. And then also how to have a front-end developer when you can look into more detail instead of like I try to follow the design from the Figma, from the design team. I just follow it, but I have no idea how to optimize it or improve it. That's why this is one of the skill set we should learn. It's not because it's something everyone should learn. It's something like a lot of people they just want to do a very basic level. That's mean when I come up from a college or when I come up from a boot camp, I just want to get a task done. But what I try to tell here is that you can give advice because not every time you want to change certain things or you have a better solution, your team manager or your manager or your superior they will approve it. But when you tell them can we do image optimizations, right? Or can we do something that for the front end to look faster or something, right? So basically, they will just ask you, what is your advice or solution, or what's the things that actually you can do for their current front end. So like just now, I can just mention a few things to Apple, like hey, Apple, actually all of your image can be more compressed and it doesn't affect the quality and it will load from 3 seconds to become 1.5 seconds, it's 50% faster to load on it. And if I can do some benchmark to show them, if you do on 4G or 3G, so basically you look like 8 seconds, but now because of some of my optimizations and compress some of the image, I can look like 3 seconds to 4 seconds. So this open up conversations to the upper level people to think that this guy is particular person giving all this advice looks like something, but I cannot 100% confirm because mostly the people on high level like a billions company they won't listen to you. But once they found out, oh yeah, actually it workable, it benefit, and it really give them a boost or optimization solutions, right? Because people have to hire an expert to tell them all this, but because of you work hardest and you try to find all these things and try to enhance all these things, and then they pay more attention to you and they were like do you have a works, do you want to come into to be an intern or to be a junior role, or that you open a role or someone to note that all right, someone help us to optimize and fast speed up our website and then give us more um solution or advice. So yeah, that's it's better than whoever also can make that. Is that I give you a Figma, you just do exactly the same design that you give to AI. AI basically can do that, right? But if you ask AI to optimize certain things, and it's very very hard because if AI can do all that, then we won't see the things that actually I can optimize, right? Because like Apple already done that, like not yesterday only got AI. It's like a few years already got AI. That means all the big company they already have their own model of the AI. They did try all that already, but you still find a way to tell them how to be more optimized, to be more faster, to be more better, right? That means is how you can add value to yourself. And even though they doesn't care about what feedback you give, but you can just put it to your profile. I can do image optimizations. I can do all this one. Is more than basic things you can offer, right? So yeah, that's the topic on the previous things. So the next topic I want to talk about is all this tag. Like just now I mentioned, when you go to the inspect, so there's like a lot of tag here. So all this tag basically is considered as in HTML tag. So when I look at this tag, it give me a bit headache because you have to like memorize them, right? You only can memorize them. You cannot really like I already know what are they. Let's say WBR. Basically, I don't think I ever see anyone use this one. Time looks like a common things, but I don't see anyone use that as well. Progress bar meter, I think maybe some of them use, but I also very rarely see people use, right? And then like object iframe and source is very common to use. So before I go into this topic, so I will go to the next tag, right? Yeah, I go to the next tag. So can see here we have a lot of tag, and then we have even more tag, and then all the tag have their purpose and their usage. But basically, we cannot really remember and memorize all of them. So the the main reason just now I mentioned to the the the, the process I do on how I edit things is because I can see like diff, script, iframe, all this, right? It's because I know most of them. But when I hit something like I don't know what are they, actually I can Google to ask what are, let's say, APPR HTML tag, right? So basically I can Google it. So it takes times to learn, but once you learn, right? But um the things is like just like I mentioned, I want to change Google, and then I know where to look to it and how to do to it, right? Instead of like I have to start from let me find Google to ask, or let me find AI to ask, or let me find a YouTube tutorial to learn. So that's the big gap of what my knowledge to versus to someone that now I want to change this one. Now I start to learn. That's a bit too late. Let's say the hiring manager asks you about array, asks you about object, asks you about can you start React project, and then how to what is the version React project actually you're using, and you start to look into it. It's a bit too late. That's why this is how we always talk about foundation and basic we have to know, right? That's why I when I say I want to optimize the Apple website and the website, right? I know what kind of website I will go, what kind of tools I want to use on particular situations. That's not about it's not because I know of them, it's because I used them before. That's why it become my experience, right? But it doesn't mean this the 100% only one way to do it. Actually, there's a lot of way to do it if we put on what image, right? So you can see actually there's a lot of website to do all that, right? And if we do image compress, then you can see there's a lot of image, a lot of website provide this particular solutions. So I just want to use that. Is my previously I have experience with that solution, and I think that solution is very quick and fast and no need to log in anything. Then I do it, right. And then of course you cannot just let's say you have some company private image, and you just throw to any website, and you cannot guarantee that website will not clone one of your image, right? That's why you still have to find some of the website actually is trustable, right? That's why this come to the experience, like when people ask you where to look certain things, like where to compress image, where to compress video, where to compress HTML file and filing a text, right? And yeah, that's the thing. So I just tell that actually is experience, because you really hands-on on working on something, then you're more easily to remember, because you type to go through all that instead of like my senior try to tell me something. You can go to a debugger. So from the debugger, you can just press F9 or F11. I don't really remember. Then you can go into a deeper level, so that from there you can try to debug the things, right? So you are like, okay, let me try to memorize that. So it's same to this particular situation. It's like we have tag one, we have tag two, and we have tag three, and um, you memorize all of them. And do you think you benefit from each of the tag? Like you try to interview, and do you think the manager will ask you do you know what is the tag for B, P, or H1 or H5, right? I don't think people will try to ask that. But you have to remember this thing, not because you memorize them, it's because you use them, and when come to a certain level, you have to use hash tree. Come to a certain level, you have to use div, and then you have to use a list, right? So this come to when you have a real working experience, and you really have a hands-on things. That's why you logically it makes sense that actually each of the tag and what is actually their meaning, because you try to use them instead of like someone try to tell you you should use something, then you're like I have no idea why I have to use that, but because the senior or the team asked me to use it, I use it. So that one you cannot break through the level, and then like you still stuck on the level of like you cannot learn the foundation and the basic. That's why the most easier ways to learn all these basics, you try to do something on your own instead of like the AI to do it all to you, and you try to remember what the AI tried to tell you. Like, the AI do this whole things for you, and then the AI will give you the cheat sheet, and from the cheat sheet, right, then you will just try to memorize. When people try to ask you, you try to repeat what the AI try to tell you. But if anyone asks more than the AI tell you, then you stuck there. You're like, I don't know what that actually means because I don't know how it works, right? Yeah, that's the things. Okay, so let's see. All right, so let me make it bigger once. So we'll come to me. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So I need to know any one of you understand any number of the me, right? We have 1, we have 2, and 3. So you can type 1 means you only know 1. You can type 1, 2 means you know 1 and 2. You can type 1, 2, 3 means you know 1, 1, 2, 3. Or you can type 2 only, or 2, 3, or 3 only, so that I know how many of you understand what actually the image meaning, right? Then I know how your skill set from these 3 picture. So you can just type there in the chat. So I will take a look now to ensure everyone's level, right? So please give me your 1, 2, 3, or any number that you understand. Um, yeah, there is a possibility of none of them you understand. Then you can type 0, means you know nothing about them and you doesn't know what is the humor of this, why it become a lovable topic or it's become a me, right? So anyone in the class? Okay, we have 1, only understand 1, but not understand 2 and 3. So how about everyone else? Okay, all right. So everyone's have a very, very different level of understanding. I also understand 3, so it's 1, 3, right? Okay, good. Yeah, because it's console log. It's very weird of how you know 1 and it doesn't know 3, right? But yeah, that's a big difference as well. Okay, so how about everyone else to try to understand it? Yeah, to be a developer, try not to be shy to ask questions. Like my last class, I tried to tell. If you more shy, the more less you will learn. The more you ask, the more you will learn. Because I ask now, I instantly know the things instead of like I try to be shy and go back to watch those YouTube, and after 2 hours of the YouTube, you think you know that things, but actually you just pass through your time only. All right. So since not everyone knowing 1, 2, 3, so I try to explain um what's the humor and what's the things is laughable, right? So the first one is you can see it because it's console log, so means double slash, this is the outcome, right? So we have 2 plus 2 in the log, means this is the programming processing the program lah, right? That's very, very simple ways to understand. As in now you put in a calculator, you put 2 plus 2, you will give you a 4, right? So it's very easy to understand. But we do it again, it's 2 plus 2, but instead of like the normal 2, we have the what is it, the code 2, right? So it becomes 22. And then it's the same way on different position, it also give you a 22 as well. But if we put a 2 plus 2 and it becomes 4, and yeah, it start to become very, very weird. This is how it only happens in a certain language lah. So this is focused on JavaScript. So JavaScript having this problem is because it's a type language as well. So when you put 2 plus 2, actually it's considered a number. But when you put 2 plus 2, and then the other 2 is you have a code on it, it's become a string. So it's considered like a alphabet. It's like a number plus alphabet. That's why it's like a 2 plus another alphabet, means like 2 plus A, 2 plus B, or that. That's why it becomes 22. And then it's the same situation, but it's just different positions. So it's become 22 as well. But why now I have two plus sign and it become 4. This one of the JavaScript things is to become a quick convert. So when we have 2 plus, and then this 2 is merged together or is together with that string. So it's together with the word. So when this plus sign is here, it will be automatically convert the number, that the string become a number. That means we try to convert something like ABC to become a number, right? So it becomes 4. And it's the same thing, 2 plus 2 minus 2 become 2 because like 4 minus 2 is 2, right? Oh, so that's correct. So the last one is, oops, the last one is 20. So JavaScript have one very weird things is that when two string add up, it become 22 because it's two is a string, right? But when you use negative, it will automatically convert things to become a number. That's why it's 20 because it's 22 minus 2. So this may is because it's a very simple things of plus and minus, but in within JavaScript, it have a very different outcome. That's why this particular guys like it's very hard to understand, but this a common problem on JavaScript. That's why we have type or in TypeScript to make sure the type that we put in is the correct type, so you won't have this kind of problem come out. And if you doesn't use TypeScript, you will be have to know this one of the basic things, so you don't have this consider low level problem or low level mistake on it. So yeah, but it doesn't means you must know all of them. But when you come to a problem and you start to learn this, then you will know. So this a problem of it. Let's say if you on Java or you have on others like C or C++, right? Basically they does have this problem because you have to define you have to declare the type, right? So if it doesn't match the type, they just throw you an error. But in JavaScript, they will just force to give you a result, right? So this is one of the things lah. So the second one, um, actually 1, 2, 3 also got people to understand. So this one is very simple lah. So this is a hacker, and this is the user, right? So the hacker who doesn't know why he cannot see the password means I hack your password already, right? And then me has in normal user, I try to set my password as in 8 hash rate. So it's like a star, right? So in database, when we try to when we mask or when we hash or when we hide the password for all the user, and it will come out as a hash rate or a star, right? So this is one of the common sense of the hacker thing. He hacked the password. Actually, he really hacked the password already, but he thought it's haven't hacked, right? Actually, it's a symbol, but in normal login system, usually they don't allow you to put in icon, right? Or these simple things, right? So basically, it's very less to have this problem. But this is one of the main to understand how when you understand this one means you understand how the backend works, right? When you understand this one, basically you also understand how the backend works and the front end as well. Because yeah, um I think this one is more on backend because it's calculation on the and the type of the um, the number and the string, right? And then this one is basically for the DB side because anyone know how to hide user password, then they will know why it become hash rate, right? So the third one actually is almost the same thing to the first one. Instead, is using no to 0. So this one you have to understand how is the pointing arrow actually is that meaning. So the pointing arrow is like more than or less than or equal. So it's very simple to learn. Basically, it's just like is this number more than this one? If yes, then it will give you a true. If no, then it give you a false. So no means nothing. Is it more than 0? Since nothing is cannot more than 0, so it's false, right? So is it nothing less than 0? It is still false. So it start to become a bit weird. It's like it should be. I mean, when you have true and false, usually it's like a true and false means you have opposite side. Means you have let's say light and dark, right? Or you have light mode and dark mode, like the opposite side. So should be if more than is false, then less than should be true, right? So yeah, sorry. So it start to become weird, like it not happen this way, and then nor is it equal to zero, and then it still say false because nor is still equal to nothing, right? But if nor is it more than or equal to zero, it become true. It's like it start to become very weird because it's not equal and it's also not more than. But when become like this, then it become like very weird to have become true. So this is one of the problem, like the coding, the language we try to use. Let's say we have Python, we have JavaScript, we have TypeScript, we have Java, C, C++, Go, Rust, you know, then you don't even understand your language. One of the problem. That's why when we look at those lovable things, we understand this because we faced that problem before, and we know we should avoid that because it's not good, but it become a topic for people to laugh because we face this problem. Yeah, people will face that problem as well when they're using plus and minus and they doesn't know what is happening and why happening until they become from junior to senior level. Basically, they will just read any of those things. They will start to understand like, oh yeah, that's the things I have before, right? All right, so let's go to the next topic, right? So our recent project. So yeah, this is one of the things to be hands-on as well. So let me choose this one and I put it on let's say this a note, right? Okay, before I go further, anyone have any question on a previous thing? Did I explain it or not? I worry that I explained not very clear and everyone have hun- a problem understanding on it. So, okay, I take it as in everyone should be okay with what I try to explain, right? Okay. So if I just paste this code on a blank note, right? This is a note, right? And I'll just try to save it. If I save it, yeah, note, save it. Okay, I have a question. How does no more than equal to true? Yeah, I also don't know. So that's one you have to look very deep on those no related. Usually we wouldn't use. I mean, this wouldn't happen usually because no we will just avoid that at all costs lah. But in production we wouldn't have this kind of problem. But how why it become like that? Then you have to look into a deeper explanation on the expert. So I'm not try to explain that one because that one is just a me, right? So I'll just focus on the current project. So let me try to use VS Code because VS Code is faster and I know what I'm doing on it, right? So let's say I have a new file. I try to save here and then txt. Okay, so we have this new file. When we open, then you will say, yeah, this is a text file, right? Okay, yeah, that's the text file. But what if we oops, if we change this one to be HTML, oops, and then it start to become a website, right? So anyone think this is amazing? Okay, um, yeah, maybe less amazing, right? So anyone learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, they should have no HTML tag like document, HTML tag, head, body, and then like a script, and then like yeah, something inside like okay, I can't remember how the structure. This how um we used to create a website every time we start with HTML tag, right? So the question here is um if we want to have this particular to be displayed like hello world, right? Do we need all of this tag, or what's the minimized version actually we can have and it still show hello world, right? So let's say we doesn't want this. Oh, wait, I have to open that. Oh, wait, let's say I take out this, I save. When I refresh, okay, it's still here, but a bit upper. I don't know why, but it still work, right? I just throw it right here, so we can have a faster reaction, right? So let's say if we take out HTML tag, HTML tag, and I save here, and then I reload here. Yeah, it still work. Still show hello world, right? So let's say you take out this one. Yeah, it still work. And let's say if you take out the head, basically not a problem because head is just like this thing, my first project, then it was just gone. Yeah. So we have body, we have hash one, and let's take out the hash, the body, and I save, and I just let me change this one. So when I refresh, it still work, right? So how about if I take out all the tag? Um, it work. Yeah, it still work. It just doesn't have the styling on the text, and it still work. So do anyone still think that when we have a project, then we must have all this all this tag, and have to remember all these particular tags from the AI try to give me, try to feed me all this tag. Let me get the head right, and then the body, and then like hello world, all this. Yeah, and then you still think about I need to put a text. I have to put a tag here, so it will have a text or here and there. Yeah, so that's why I just show you that when you really understand the language or the tools or the skill you are using, actually, you really knowing what will work, what will not work. So that let's say we have a PHP, so usually we have to put PHP here, right? Something like that. Um, I can't really remember all the PHP thing. Then we have to put another PHP on the site. Oh, okay, yeah. So we have this session PHP. Yep, it's the tag on for PHP. Oops, why is the tag? So yeah, so this one, the first cut is just to tell you that actually the more you understand your code, the more you know what actually is really work, what actually is not work. That's why if I remove all the things, it will work. But if I have this one, then what will be different, become a different. Let's say the head, I have new title of today. Then when I refresh, then you will have. That's why all this is considered a basic. It's very straightforward that I know what to change and what not to change and what to have, what not to have. Basically, let's say those things is not to have in my file, in my coding, right? Then what will it affect to my project, to my website, right? What actually the char and then UTF-8, what that means if I take it out and if I not take it out, is it affected anything that is important or not? And then like lang en actually is it important or can I just change it to cn and become a Chinese? It's not working right. That's why. So all these things is like not like something that you must learn as a basic, but also something that the more you understand your coding, the more you know. So the next one is start a React project. So start a React project is very simple, right? So we start create a React project, and then like we have a terminal, then we just copy this one, and then I can just throw here, so I can start a React project, right? So yep, everything is not important. I go into the file. So this one is it's like I asked you to start a WordPress project or Wax project or V or Angular or Next.js project, right? If everyone just say that, then you basically know what to do. It's like, oh, you ask me to start a React project, so I straight away to just straight away Google it, right? Yeah, it's very straightforward. But for people that they never know what is React, they was like, give me a time I try to ask my ChatGPT or try to ask here and there, right? Yeah, it still works, but I be able to do it in, within a minute. I start the project already. But for anyone that is not in this particular technology or in this particular stack type, they start to have to learn a lot. Then only can start. So maybe like half an hour later or all that, right? That's why that's the difference on someone have experience, someone doesn't have experience. It's very straightforward. When I say something, they straight away know the things, right? So yeah, this one is the last class. I try to ask everyone to fix it, and then I see the time now. Also, is almost the time. So I will try to give this link in the chat. So I remember one of the student, he successfully started the project. So this one is basically a React project. So all you have to do is just to start this project. So yeah, let me try to see the next slide. Next slide is Q&A. I need to ask Sue, can how many time do I left, or I can end it here?
Okay, so I think because right now it's Q&A, we're open the session for any question. In the meantime, also I'm gonna post out a poll with the topic given by our speaker or mentor for tonight is Mr. Ho, Hunter Ho. Okay, I'll share in the chat. So that is the topic. If you wanna learn for the next class what topic that interests you, you can just pick any of the topic. You can vote for more than one topic. The poll will be on for 2 weeks. So you can just vote anytime, right? And we will plan out for the next class on the topic that is interests you. All right? So in the meantime, since right now we're in a Q&A session, if you have any question, you can just ask away in the chat. All right? Type in, or if you want to unmute yourself, can just unmute and then ask the question directly. We will open the floor in about 3 or 5 minutes maximum for any question. All right?
Okay, I'm ready. Anyone have any questions for today class? So I focus the point on how to use inspect, optimization on front end, and then actually the me is more focused on the back end. So when the back end people look at it, they know the me. And then the final one a bit quicker, but it's like we should know the language and the project we have. That's why when people say, can we start something, can we do something, or can we add a page, basically we know already what to do. That's the things.
If you have any question related to career advice, interview tips, or anything, you can also ask away in the chat. All right, we have a few more minutes, and the vote is still on. We will check out the vote maybe in about 2 weeks, and then we will do the next class probably on August with our mentor for tonight. Will be the next class is on August. So we're looking at the topics that interest you, and then we will plan for the next one. Okay, all right. So since I think probably I'm not sure if anyone have any question, we will end the session at 10:33 in about 2 minutes. All right.
Okay,
So tonight we have learned with a mentor hunter on about a few tips and how to probably use the knowledge that you have. Okay, so I think we only left with 1 minute. There's no more question. If you have any question after the session, you can just ask away. Just ping Hunter, our mentor for tonight, or ping me if you have any question. Right? So
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
good.
it for the session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone,
Okay.
and good
Thanks
evening.
everyone for
And we will
joining.
end the session now.
Hopefully
Bye
everyone
bye.
learns things. Bye bye.